I'm going to show you how we can start with a project here in STM32cube and make a copy of it and make it editable. Those are a couple different steps there. It's a multi-step process. First, let me show you this code and explain it a bit. So this is our launch code, and so whenever I hit reset, it says enter the launch code. If I enter an incorrect launch code, it's going to tell me so. And then if I enter the correct launch code, it's going to count down and launch the rocket or whatever I'm trying to do. Okay, anyway, let's get on to copying our project with all its settings. So I'm going to right click over here on our project. I'm going to say copy, and then I'm actually going to close everything here because otherwise we might get a little bit confused on what we're looking at, which project it's from. Then in this window I'm just going to say paste, and it's going to ask me to rename this new project. So I'm going to call it microcontroller to microcontroller UART, and before I hit enter, I'm going to copy this because I need to use this exact name in just a moment, so I want to make sure it's identical. So I'm just going to copy that text and then click the button, and it's generated a new project for me. So here I'm going to open this, but you notice that this file, our IOC file, and our launch file both have our old name. So the first thing we need to do is change the IOC file's name. So right click, rename, and this is where we're going to use that previous copied data. So the new name is in there. It must be identical to our project. Click OK. And then for this debug.launch file, let's actually delete that because it needs to generate that fresh in order for it to work correctly. Alright, so we've deleted all the old stuff. So now let's do the next step, which is to delete all the files that get generated, like the old files here. All the files that get generated whenever you compile something still are linked with the old project name. So to fix that, we need to go to project and clean, and that's going to delete all the stuff that was in our old project build process. So here you might have this checked. Just uncheck it. You only want to work with this particular project. Start build immediately, and then build only the selected project. Then click clean. It'll take it a second. You can see it delete all that stuff. Next, we can open our new IOC file, and technically at this point this can just compile, but I wanted to change my baud rate. So I'm going to go over here to connectivity and the USART2, which is the one that we're talking to here, and I'm going to click here and type the new baud rate, which is 115200, and make sure you hit enter there. And you'll notice that now I need to save this, so I'm going to click Control S, and it's going to say, hey, do you want to generate code? Yes. Do you want to go to the C code perspective? Yes. Then it's going to open up my main file from this project, and it will have updated the code in the background that will change my baud rate. And then here is my launch countdown, just as we had before. So now if I were to download this code, I'm going to need to build this project. So I'm going to go to project, build project. Alright, that was quick and easy. And then I'm going to run on my board. So it's going to pop up this configuration. By the way, there should be a way to get to this window if you ever get that problem where it says like can't find the ELF file, and then we can go from here. You can download it. But let's just click OK here. It's connecting. Alright, and I'm going to take this, and I just keep these in this little area down here that every time it pops up some junk, I throw it down here. We're not looking at assembly language stuff. So any of those pop-ups whenever I try to compile, I just throw them all in this little corner down here, and then I kind of hide them. That way I don't have to worry about them. Alright, let's check to see if our baud rate has changed. So I'm going to bring over my terminal again, and right now I've got it set for my old baud rate of 9600, so let me hit reset. It printed, but it printed gibberish here. That's not what it should say. So let me now change the baud rate to 115200, hit reset, and there we go. So now I can communicate with a new baud rate, and when I change the code here in my my main project, this will update in the microcontroller to microcontroller UART project, and I'm good to go. So that is how you make a copy of a previous project in STM32cube and update it so that it will work whenever you change settings in the IOC file.